Hi, I'm Freddie
And I'm Chantel.
from His
Hers.
Marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, this segment we believe will be a blessing to you. This opportunity that we prepared, and we think it's going to be a great segment that we have.
Yes, well, the topic tonight is we're going to use the analogy of the rose bush as it relates to marriage relationships.
And one of the segments that we was coming up for this segment here was like, wow, what great way of explaining the relationship. And we had opportunity for me to go and purchase a little small rose bush. And it was a small little stem. And I brought it home and I placed it in the ground. I placed some good soil. I placed good fertilizer. And I suspected in 3 months I'm going to see some roses. Well, 6 months, 8 months, I saw some green stems, some green leaves, but no rose.
Right, right.
Chantel looked at me and said, baby, I think you need to cut it down because it don't look like the photos of the roses on the package.
Right, right.
And I was like, but I asked the salesman, would it grow? They said, oh yeah, it's a good climate, the perfect time to plant them.
Right.
And it did not produce. And I was like, wow. Then the kids start joking. Daddy, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, yes, I do. And so I got upset. And I went out to that rose and said, you going to live.
Yeah.
And I said, watch it. And I started watering it. I did research. I went and found what plant food is necessary to grow roses.
Right.
And my, nothing happened.
Basically, the rose bush was dead. I mean, it looked dead. I mean, if you looked at it from the outside, it looked like it was not going to live. And I basically was like, well, why invest all this time into it and it's not going to produce what you want it to produce? Yeah.
And I went out and I spoke to that rose bush. And I said, I promised my wife to bring at least one rose a week inside to let her see that you're going to live. And we have a saying that the psychiatrists have done studies in which you talk to your plants and your plants will grow. What about your relationship with your spouse? When I speak to my spouse and say, you sexy, I love you, you are so beautiful, you intelligent. And what is it does? You see her, she glows. And you know when she grows. And that's the thing that you want in your marriage. And as I began to sow good soil, good love and attention and communication, as I began to converse with my rose bushes all by myself, you know what happened? That rose started, boom, popping up. And it happened when I least expected it.
Right.
When I almost gave up and I almost quit and I said, no. I said, I'm going to go back out there and look at it again. And I saw, whoo, I said one pinkish red just blossom. And I said, oh, it's on now. And so I came and I brought it in and I said, Chantel, look at here. She said, wow. And the next week, poof, another one. And every week it was blossoming. What about your marriage?
Yes.
This is what we must pour into our marriages. When it seems like it's helpless, it's giving up, like it's dead and there's no life. You got to speak life. Where there seems as if there's guaranteed death.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm excited. How about you?
Yes, very excited. And basically what I got from that, like I told Freddie, I said, a lot of times we look at the outside of what we're going through, what we're experiencing in our relationships, and the first thing we want to do is give up. We want to say our relationship is dead. But see, the key to growth is what's happening in the roots. Even though on the outside of that rose bush, it looked as though nothing was happening, but it was some things was taking place in the roots. And see, that's what the key to a marriage relationship. You have to get to those roots of the bitterness, the unforgiveness, those things that are hindering your marriage from growing. And so once you get down to those roots, then that's when it begins to produce life into the stems and the branches, and then it begins to blossom. And that's how your relationship takes place. But so many people, they give up before they get to that point. When times get hard, when, you know, like the thorns on the rose bush, when you prick the thorn and it hurts, and all we just want to give up, and we just want to say we just want to throw in the towel. But that's the time you need to press even that much more and press forth so that your marriage can survive. And ultimately, in the end, it will blossom into the beautiful thing that God has created for it to be. And so that's basically what we just want to encourage you guys tonight. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on your rose bush, because one day it will produce life. A lot of people, you know what they want? We have an analogy here. You know what they want? They want instant. They want the yes, this looks all pretty on the outside, but this is of no value. This is a plastic rose. It has no value. But if you go get a dozen of live roses, it has more value to it. Stop trying to have plastic relationships. Have real relationships that has value.
And one of the things, the most important part of this story, and about placing value into your marriage, your relationship, that's something you nurture through scars and pain, out of rejection. And when you once see that blossom, boy, you say, I know what I have now, because I knew it was nothing, and now it's turned into something. And so this is where we're at. And ladies and gentlemen, are you excited? Because we're excited.
Very, very excited.
We're excited because there's hope for marriage. We advocate hope for marriage.
That's right.
It's not easy.
Yes.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it. Amen. Amen.
So
we're signing off, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're signing off from His,
Hers
Marriage. Thank you.
Thank you.